going inside,
Jay insisted.
You can't make me.
Me neither. I'm staying out all night,
Tom added. Lucy, the babysitter, pondered the situation. A full mutiny on her hands, and a miserable night looming ahead. Fine with me if you two stay out all night. I don't care. Your mother won't be home until tomorrow afternoon, so she'll never know.
You won't tell on us?
Of course not. I wouldn't want your mom to think I can't handle things. But I'm not staying outside with you. I must be extra careful after what happened to my brother's best friend, Frank.
What happened to Frank?
It's a secret. I shouldn't say.
We won't tell.
Promise?
Yes. Tell us, Lucy. Please tell us.
Okay, but you can't tell anyone. Yet, you need to know so you can be on the lookout. You both must promise not to spill the secret. If people found out, the real estate values in this neighborhood would tank. Our parents would lose a lot of money. No more soccer camps and video games for you. No more college for me. Both boys solemnly nodded. I'm not crazy. I know I'm not crazy because I heard everything from my window, and my brother filled in the details. I peeked, but at first didn't understand what was happening. It was so dark and terrible. What happened to Frank? You might think this story is crazy, but it's entirely true. I will tell you about a monster called Magnar, the Armored One.
Magnar? That name sounds scary.
Magnar is scary. He's huge and armored. His snout is pointed, like a sword. His mouth is full of sharp teeth. But before he bites, Magnar swirls his long, pink tongue all over his victim's face. Magnar is feared throughout the forest. The boys looked at each other, concerned. You know how our yards back up to that nature trail?
Yes?
You know how that nature trail leads to the Ocala National Forest, which has thousands of wild wooded acres and ravines?
Yes?
At the bottom of the deepest ravine, in a cave, lives Magnar, the Armored One. I know all about Magnar, but knowing will do no good. The regular monsters are bad enough, but Magnar is the worst. You hear that? That noise is Magnar, the Armored One, coming down the trail towards us. Looking for me. Tom gasped as they heard a sound in the brush from far down the nature trail.
It's nothing. It's just the wind,
said Jay. You'll be wishing it was just the wind. The tramping is getting louder now. Listen. You will hear it start, and then stop. Magnar is stalking me. He's covered in scales and looks prehistoric, like a dinosaur. His claws are long, his snout is long. Magnar sounds like a small tank when he moves. His fortress of scales is impregnable. No one can stop him once he decides to do mayhem. He did mayhem on Frank. Poor kid. Frank was covered with cuts from sharp claws when they found him unconscious on the lawn. His mouth was full of black dirt. Worms and grubs squirmed out. Frank was never the same again. He is marked by scars all over his body, and his mind is shattered. Frank was so scared that his family had to move away. The noise on the trail now was undeniable and moving closer. Tom sat up. Even Jay stopped to listen. Tramp, 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 sounded through the underbrush. Magnar is moving down the trail in our direction. He's not fast due to his size, He rests, but he never stops. When he attacked Frank, he saw me watching from a window. I can still hear Frank's blood-curdling screams. Magnar is after me now. He doesn't like to leave witnesses. He'll take anyone he finds with me. You hear him? It would take a monster the size of a car to make that much racket. We're not safe here. I'm not safe anywhere, but I know enough to hide and turn off the lights. No one is safe sitting outside with me around. I'll be right back. Lucy returned after turning off all the lights inside and outside the house. The boys squirmed nervously in the dark. Some kids say Frank ran away. Others say his father is a secret agent and his family joined the witness protection program, then moved to Arizona. I know the truth because I saw what happened in the dusk from my window. I saw the claw marks all over Frank. I heard the screams. It's a miracle Magnar let Frank live. No one believed Frank when he said what happened. That's why he went crazy. No one would believe me now. But you can hear Magnar drawing closer. The noise was closer, louder. It now sounded like a small tank slowly rolling through the underbrush. Starting, then stopping, then starting again. Both boys changed chairs to sit closer to the door. Back when Frank got hurt, I heard the same tramping noise on the trail for weeks after. I knew it was Magnar, looking for more victims. Looking for me. I told my friend, Sarah, next door, not to leave her cat out all night. Sarah didn't believe me. She didn't listen. Magnar, the armored one, ate Snickers. All Sarah could find when she called Snickers the next morning was a pile of little bones and a tiny skull. Cat bones. Magnar spit the bones on Sarah's back porch to rub it in and make her feel worse. Tom whimpered, and even Jay looked nervous. The tramping noise along the trail could not be denied. It now was a loud racket. Both boys stood by the door, Tom gripping the handle tightly. Lucy spoke, only in a whisper. My situation is hopeless. It gets easier to accept what will happen when you admit the truth. I'm doomed. I can smell doom in the air. One of these nights, Magnar will get me. I'll be taking the trash out or calling the dog in, and Magnar will be waiting. But I'm determined to last as long as I can. I'll make it to college. I won't do anything stupid on purpose. So I'm going inside now, before Magnar finds me. When you start screaming, don't expect me to save you. A branch cracked, loud and close by. Tom swung the door open, and both boys ran fast inside, down the hall, and to their bedroom, without turning on a light. Lucy grinned. In the shadows, she could see a little armadillo enter the yard with scales, claws, and long snout. A moment later, he began digging for worms.
I love a good Halloween prank. When I was alive, my mummy and daddy took me snipe hunting. What's a prank that you've pulled or have had pulled on you? Comment below. And that's it for the show. If you enjoyed it, give us a like. It really helps the channel. And I'll see you next time, Gloozy Googly. Happy Halloween!